Hey everybody, Royce from Hill Country CNC and Woodworking, and I'm just going to do this little project. I'm going to show you how I do dual keyholes. I did it in another video, but this one's a little more descriptive. So here we go. And if you're wondering why dual keyholes, I find that they sell better, they hang better, they're just better overall. So stick with me for a second and I'll show you how to do this because it's really simple and it's one of those skills that beginners can pick up pretty quick. So we'll be starting in, I don't know, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Alright, so this is the file that I'm working on today. It's a 3D file made in Aspire. Most of y'all won't have access to that, but you don't need Aspire to do what we're doing here, okay? So if you make a sign or whatever, anything that you want to hang up, this is the process that I use, and I'm gonna over explain this. A lot of y'all are gonna be like, dude, you went into too much detail, and it's because half the people that I work with want tons of detail, and then the other half are, you know, on the same level as me, and they don't need any detail. So what I'm doing right now is I'm building another layer, and I'm just going to go in here and make keyhole, because in theory we could take this file, cut it on one side, flip it over, and cut on the other side. I didn't design it that way, so that's not what we're going to do, and it's not what I recommend you do. So I'm just staging everything right now. I'm figuring things out. So I want my keyholes to be, I want 2 of them, and I want them about 1/3 of the way across and 1/3 of the way up. So I know that I'm working with 15.25 width. I'm going to divide that by 3 eventually. And so that gave me this weird 5.83333333333 number. And that's what I'm going to build my perimeter box on. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. I know that my height is 7.5. So I'm going to do the same thing there. And I'm basically, right now I'm just figuring out where I want my box to decide where the keyhole should be. It didn't sound right in my head. So now I'm going to build the box. I'm over here, I'm taking a rectangle, and I have the 8.033 and 2.5 and create, and there it is. We're going to go and center it. Well, select it, and then we'll go here and center it to the material. So that box is now perfectly centered on the front side, which is a mirror image of the back side of our sign. So now I am going to make another box and go up here, grab the box, and you'll see it's 0.003 wide. That's super thin. And I'm going 1 inch in height. I think 0.75 to 0.5 is a good keyhole. And close this out and get the grab tool. And we're going to go over here and put it near the corner. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to end up moving it to the corner, so we're lining everything up. That first box was just to give us an idea of where to put the stuff, right? So we'll go into edit mode. We'll fool around with this. You want that squiggly line, and you want to do delete span. I did that way too quickly, but that basically just got rid of that one corner of that R rectangle. So what's going to happen here is your bit's going to travel up from that green point over 0, 0, 3, and then back down to the beginning point. So the green dot is your starting node with the arrow, and the black dot is your ending node. So we exit node editing. It's got that little clip there, but that is, I think that's a graphic flaw because there's really nothing there. I checked through the magic of, you know, computers and splicing together video. It's not there. So then we're going to come in here and we're going to position it closely. And what we want to do is line up the right lines together perfectly and line up the up and down perfectly. So I'm moving it in place, and then I'm using really minor adjustments by pressing Control and the arrow keys to get it into a perfect final place. So this is tedious. You know, zoom in as much as you can. If you don't have a mouse with a wheel on the top, you should really get that if you're going to be using Vectric. So then we're just going to do the same and build one on the other side, but then we have a small cheat code to make sure it's perfect. So now I'm going to do Control C, and that's going to copy it, and then Control V, and that's going to paste it. It will paste directly on top, so you won't be able to see it more than likely, but just know it's there. And you're going to come over here and you're going to get it close. That's the same control arrows that I'm using. And we're getting it pretty close, and actually I got it perfect, but I'll show you in a second. So this is option 1. You just line it up with the line of your spacing box. But we all know that if you're just doing that line-wise, that it's probably not perfect. Now in theory, these two lines have to be perfect, or your plaque is not going to hang right. So if you click on your original and then go over to this move selection, there you go, and go to absolute, you'll see where it is. Okay, we're only concerned with the Y, so let's go over to this one, and holy cow, it's at 5.77 also. So I actually nailed it getting it lined up, and that was actually first try. But there you have, the Y position is exactly the same for both, so your plaque is going to sit evenly. Now, real quick, talking about the distance between them, if the distance is off just a little bit, the only problem that you're going to have there is the way it looks. So we're going to jump into the sped up version because I just explained it to you. We're now in Vectric. We're doing the exact same thing, but I'm going to do it for this exact piece as if I hadn't modeled everything already. So you have a sign that you want to hang, and you have these dimensions. I'm just doing it one more time, and then you'll see right here I made an error that I fixed later on, but it's okay. I'm showing you this part because you need to understand that for the way that I do it, you have to click right there. You put it in the center of the XY datum, and this won't fail. So I sped it up right here. You have the exact same thing, those elements that we just made, and now I'm going to delete that box because we don't need it anymore. I guess you could keep it there, but you don't need it. So this is looking at the back side of our material We're going to go ahead and program it. And it's just a regular profile toolpath. I find for my tool that the 0.3438 is the perfect depth. I don't need to be that exact, but that's what I've done for years. Go down to keyhole bits. This is the bit that I use. It's Amana tools. Amana sells some moderately expensive sometimes bits. This is not one of them. And I'm going to go ahead and knock this down a little bit, because the one failure that you're going to have when you're doing this is that your material moves. If your material moves while you're doing a keyhole, you can just throw it away. It's not going to work. As a matter of fact, it's probably going to make a mess. So I just slowed it down to 50 and 20 for the plunge rate, just to let it get through the material a little gentler. We're going to do one pass. We're going to do on the line. Climbing conventional don't matter for this. No separate last pass, no tabs, no ramp, no leads, no order, no start at. It's really simple. And then a name, keyhole. And calculate it, and you're going to see your two lines here. Now, when you're viewing this, it won't look right, because the software, or at least on this version 11.554, the software doesn't show a keyhole bit. It just is going to show you what it would look like. Oh, and that's where my material was 9 inches instead of 0.9. Whoopsie. Looks nice though. So there you have your keyhole bits. And I'm fooling around with it right here because I'm trying to let you see it move up and then move down, but the graphics is just not working on this. Okay, I noticed the problem, obviously. Fixed it real quick. And do it one more time. Anytime you make a change like that, you need to recalculate. Do it one more time, and yay! There you go. Keyholes. And again, there's no rocket science to this. It's just a skill that new CNCists should learn. When you start selling stuff, you're going to have customers look at you when you have that cheap little metal hanger on the back, as opposed, you get this and they're like, wow, that took some effort and craftsmanship. So it's pretty simple, and I'll show you how to do it on the CNC right about now, or in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're on the Onefinity CNC, and I always test everything that I make. That's a piece of MDF that I just had laying around. So I'm going to find the center of my material, and that's where that XY Center Datum comes in play. Now we can take this little X that we made and figure out exactly where our bit starting point needs to be. Now that is a tiny little bit that I have, but it's just for, kind of learning purposes. You put your bit right there on the X, and now your material is centered. Now we're just going to get the Z and put them all together. We'll have X, Y, Z. We're ready to go. If you could, leave a like and subscribe. It's how I grow, and it's really the motivation behind me putting out more. So we've got it in there. We've got the Z, got X and Y. It's loaded up. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so you can see it worked really well. Obviously it's a mess, but it's MDF. So that was the problem, not the cut. So in here you can see the cuts are perfect. It's just messy because of the MDF. Hardwood won't have that problem. Everything looks good. You can kind of see the hook inside of there, maybe. Here I'm just doing one more cut. The exact same thing that we did with the MDF. This is just a hard maple version. The client liked it, loved it, but decided on walnut. So I went ahead and cut another one for them. But I'm going to give them this one too. So this is just simple, and it's a real good thing for new CNC people to learn. And another version, really sharp, good lines, looks professional. Excellent. And I'll show you this, 1.362, 1.362, and they're both barely fitting on there, so perfect. So again, this is my file. You can see that there's the XY. It's going to come over here, cut, come over here, cut, and then go home. I'm going to do this twice, and here we go. Because I run this file multiple times, I have to hit rewind and then start. And again, the two cut, doing this twice is not necessary, but I find that it just cleans up the edges just ever so slightly and makes it look a little better, and you don't have to sand as much, which sanding those is not particularly easy. And again, this is it. Looks really good, really professional, and it's something, you know, your client can easily just hang on the wall. They don't have to worry about anything. So thank you from Hill Country CNC and Woodworking for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have video suggestions of other things that you'd like to see how I do, or things that you would have changed differently in this video, I'm open for all of it, and I'm always thinking of new stuff, so just share it with me and I'll get it done. Slow process sometimes. I'm in a graduate degree program. I run two businesses, and I'm a photographer for the side hustle. So leave questions and stuff, and I'll get back to you. Like I said, this is what I do. It's what I enjoy. This is my hobby and my future.